This is a film of 2135, which is the future time, when all the resources on the Earth have been used. That's why scientists have found a place outside the world for humans to live. But there are some robots there who don't want humans to come and live here. That's why a war started between humans and those robots. So now humans also make fighter robots to fight those robots, who were very good at fighting. But what will happen after this, we will know in this story. So at the beginning of the film, we see a lot of robots lying in one place. Looking at them, it seemed that there was a dangerous fight here. Among these robots, we see Jung E, who is the main character of the story, who is unconscious. When her eyes open, she sees that some robots are coming to kill her. So she gets up and quickly picks up her gun and starts fighting them. She kills everyone very easily one by one. Now, a very big and dangerous robot comes here, which looked like a dog, because it was a dog robot. Now Jung E gets a call from someone who tells her that the battery of this robot is placed behind it. With the help of this, you can kill this robot and win the war, after which she starts fighting again. Here it is shown that Jung E is somewhere outside the planet. That is, outside her world, because she came here for a mission. Jung E keeps fighting that dangerous dog robot for a long time. She was also constantly shooting at them, causing the robot to catch fire. But that robot was very powerful and advanced. That's why it extinguishes the fire on it very easily. That robot then moves toward Jung E to kill her. She had no way to escape, so she runs and hides upstairs. But actually this was her plan to trap the robot in her trap. Because as soon as the robot sees her and shoots, the bullet goes straight and hits the gas tank. As a result, there is a fire and a big explosion. As a result, a lot of stones fall on that robot. Now taking advantage of this moment, Jung E points her gun at that robot. And she was about to shoot, but she begins to look at a doll. As a result, her attention is lost and the robot shoots her. In which Jung E's 2 fingers break and separate. Now she was looking at her fingers that suddenly stops. And here we know that Jung E is also not a human, but a fighter robot of Jung E, which was being tested in a lab. Now some scientists come to that lab and say that Jung E always comes here and stops. That means she can't fight anymore and loses in the fight. Don't know why this happens. Now, the leader of this team comes here and says that some army officers are coming today. That's why stop the work today. After which they again take that robot, Jung E with them. They had brought her to the interview room with them, where all the parts of his body were separated, and only the upper part was kept there. Here we also see the lab director, who was preparing to give a presentation to the army officers. He talks a lot to the leader of the team that I give a very good presentation. And see, I will surprise them all. But when the officers come here, he stops talking in front of them. But still he tries to give a good presentation, in which he says that in this year 2135, all the means to live on the earth are over. That's why it is impossible to live here. So looking at these circumstances, the scientists had made space in the sky outside the earth for humans to live. But there were some robots who lived there. They came down on the rebellion, because they did not want humans to come here and end up their resources. So that's why a war broke out between humans and robots. That is, a dangerous war, and the name of this war is Adrian War. Now, to fight those robots, this lab started making fighter robots. Now, it is also said that this war has not happened from now, but has been going on for many years. And in this Adrian War, Jung E was a very good fighter from Korea. She was very brave. She had also won many battles. But in one battle, she was injured a lot, so much that she went into a coma. After that, the lab took all the data out of her mind, and made a fighter robot just like her, which we have seen in the beginning. And the name of this project was also named the Jung E project. Now the army officer tells that if Jung E had completed her last mission, that is, before going into a coma, then this Adrian War would have ended many years ago. But because the war did not end, it been going on like this since then. He also says that how can she fight the Jung E's robot now? Because she is not able to come out of her test. Actually, her test was something like this. That to make her practice, the whole environment is made the same as it is in a war. But she could not pass it either. Now after the presentation, we see the director who is very happy. He tells his leader that the presentation was very good. And if the army officers like our fighter robots and they pass the test, then the army will give us a green signal. That means they will include these robots in the war and take them in the army. The leader then tells him that this project has been started with the permission of the president, and today they are going to come to our lab. After which the leader goes to take an interview of a robot. That robot was doing everything just like Jung E, because Jung E's data was put into her mind. Then after removing the data, the robot is broken. Now, the leader gives a very surprising information to the man working with her. She says that actually Jung E was my mom. She used to go to every war because of me. Because in childhood I had cancer of lungs. I needed a lot of money for my treatment. This was the reason that my mom, Jung E, had to fight for me. After saying this, she goes for her next test. And in this test, the difference between a human and a robot had to be seen. When the leader was sitting in the train, she was thinking about her mom, Jung E. After which this story goes to the past, where we are shown the scene of the leader's childhood. When her operation was going to happen, while her mom Jung E was going to go on a mission, she says goodbye to her daughter happily. And also that as soon as I come from war, I will meet you, my dear, take care of yourself. Now the story comes again in the present time, where the leader had gone to the doctor. The doctor tells her that we had operated your lungs in childhood. But despite that, your cancer is increasing. I have to say with sorrow that you are going to die. You have only 2 months, so I will give you the advice to put the data of your brain in some other body. After which the doctor gives him 3 options to do this. The first is that she will get all the rights of humans. The second is that she will get all the rights. But there are some things that she'll not have to do. And that is to get married, roam around, etc. And the third is completely free. That means she can give her data to any company with this option. But in this she will not be considered a human. No restrictions will be imposed on using her data. The government can also use this data. In return, such a person will also be given money. Now when the leader leaves from there, we know that the doctor is also a robot. After which the story goes once again into the past, where these lab people tell the leader's grandmother about an agreement. They say that you sign this agreement. It was in the agreement that we will use the data of Jung E's brain. We will make such a thing, such a robot that will be very powerful. After which it will fight so much in the Adrian War that he will prove himself. And this war will also end. Along with this, these people will also pay for the education of Jung E's daughter. After hearing this, the leader's grandmother signs on this agreement. After this, the story comes again in the present time, where once again testing was going on Jung E's robot. Here the director says to shoot at the feet of Jung E, because he actually wanted to extract that data from his brain. When Jung E was brave and was fighting in the war bravely, she was using her power as a fighter. Now in this time's testing, that part of his brain starts working, which was never able to run before. Seeing this, the director puts a yellow mark on it. The next day, the leader and director go to the main office of this lab, because today he had a meeting with the president. After coming here, he finds out that the president will not come here today. Now in the meantime, an officer comes to him, and she tells the director that the president will not come today. And you show me your report, I will tell the president. After this, they leave for their lab. Coming here, they find out that the president has come here. Knowing this, these two go to talk to the president. Yes, then suddenly the director stops. He was frozen as if he had frozen. From which we come to know that the director himself is a robot. After this, these people go to the president. Yes, he tells them that I have received the news that the Adrian War is about to end. So obviously now we will not need weapons and fighter robots to fight. That's why you guys burn this war project as soon as possible. Then they say that now we will go to make some home robots. Meaning, those who will live with people in their homes, and do their daily work. Because they will be such robots that will be useful in real life. After which they tell the leader that many years ago I had made a robot with the help of my brain data, which is no one else but this director. That is, this director is a robot made by the president. After this, the president runs his director's robot and leaves from there, meaning by activating. Now these people start taking their test again, where like every time, Jung E comes and stops, which makes the president very angry. Because even after so many attempts, Jung E robot was not able to pass this test. Then these people take Jung E robot to the interview room, where the director comes and asks to cut a hand of Jung E, because he wanted to check whether that yellow part of his brain is working or not. After which he goes inside and shoots a lot of bullets on his leg, and tells to activate again this Jung E's robot, meaning to start. But because all the control of this robot was with the leader, she does not activate it, which makes the director very angry. He puts his gun on the leader and starts threatening him. He forces him to activate it. But now in the meantime, an officer comes here and tells that the president has called you to his main office. That's why he leaves from here. After his departure, the leader tells his colleagues that we have to stop this project as soon as possible. After which you guys bring me all the data of it. After a while, when she goes to get the data, she is very shocked to see that another new robot of Jung E has been made, which is very dirty. Seeing which the leader was so angry that she starts attacking the man who made this robot and kills him. Then that man tells that this robot is free, meaning that we can sell it to anyone, because the company has chosen the third option for it, meaning that they can give it to anyone. After leaving it, their leader leaves it and goes from there, and once again comes to the interview room, and tries to talk to the robot of Jung E, where that yellow part of it is activated again, which was actually activated when the old memory of Jung E was related to life. Yes, that's when Jung E's robot starts talking, says that today was my daughter's operation. Then my daughter gave me a small doll as a gift, as a memory. But she is lost somewhere and I am very worried about her. Hearing this, the leader becomes so sad that she starts crying, because Jung E's robot did not know that the daughter she is talking about is standing in front of her. Now, the next day was the last day of her testing. But before testing, the leader erases all the old memories of Jung E. Also, the yellow part also reduces it to a great extent. After which the testing begins, just like it always starts. Whereas always, Jung E comes and stops once again. But the director has a little doubt here. That's why he comes and sees the recording again, in which he finds out that Jung E was not shot. But still, she is acting to die. Seeing which the director quickly rings the emergency alarm. There Jung E was okay there, she was killing everyone one by one. Now because of the alarm, the police were also going to come there for 5 minutes. But before they come, Jung E comes to a hall, and she is quite surprised to see that there are many more robots like me here. Now she was watching these robots. That's when some other fighter robots come here, which immediately attacks Jung E. Jung E does not sit quietly and attacks them, due to which their dangerous fight starts here. Now the police had also come here, which was no one else but a robot. Jung E is fighting those robots. She is fighting them bravely. But in the meantime, a robot catches her, and was just about to kill her. That's when the leader comes from behind, and she burns that robot. Then when the robot police was about to come there, then they see through the camera that the leader has removed Jung E's data from that robot, and put it in another robot, after which she is taking that other robot somewhere with her. And then whenever people go by train to get out of here, then the director was already there, which directly shoots the director, due to which she was injured a lot. Seeing this, Jung E's robot was so angry that it starts fighting the director, and shoots him. The bullet comes straight and hits the director's eye, and now the director comes here and finds out that I am a robot myself. But now he was happier and more dangerous. He starts laughing a lot here, and goes and attacks Jung E's robot, and now there is a dangerous fight between the two of them. In the meantime, the robot police also comes here, where Jung E fights alone with them, and fights them dead. In this fight, a part of the train breaks down, from which the train separates, from which the director and Jung E start falling down. But just at the right time, the leader pulls Jung E up, and the director falls down, after which the leader tells Jung E that the rest of the people will come here at any time, who will catch you again. That's why you have to go from here. And from now on, you live your life freely according to you. After which both the mother and daughter hug each other for the last time, and say goodbye to each other, and Jung E runs away from here. She was completely free, again and again from that testing, lab and agreement. She was very happy to have such a free and peaceful life. The movie ends with this.